it's your girl V Lee. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm on some chill vibes. I just feel like chit-chatting because yesterday your girl went to Rum Punch and I haven't been to Rum Punch in so long. But just being in that environment just put me back in like a headspace from the past. For the ones that don't know, I've done had like 40 gazillion million jobs, but we're gonna get into that later on in the video. But yeah, just being at Rum Punch, it's cool to go out, it's cool to club, you know, like have your little drink here and there, smoke some hookah, blah blah blah. But also being in that club environment is very toxic. So let me just talk about something that happened last night while I was out. I'm in the section minding my business, having fun with my friends. I was out with China. Y'all know that's my dog. Okay, so a guy was standing behind me, or whatever. Okay, he approaches me. He get to chit-chatting and I'm like, you know, like I'm trying to be nice and casual, but at the same time, like I'm not interested. I didn't come out looking for nobody, so that's the type of vibes that I'm on. I'm just trying to vibe. I ain't trying to, you know, meet nobody. He's not understanding this. So he just keep yapping in my ear very loud. The music is loud for one. That's already overstimulating. And then I got you yelling in my ear, spitting on the side of my face, and like just hovering over me trying to be touchy-feely. And I just thought that was so creepy. So I ended up telling him that was making me feel uncomfortable. Okay, he backed off. 5 minutes later, here he comes again, like, you want to drink, blah blah. I already told you I don't drink. What part of this you don't understand, sir? Like, I'm not, like, are you slow? That turned me off so bad. And it almost made me want to get up and leave, but I was like, I'm not gonna be one to ruin the mood or whatever. But that just reminded me of why I don't go out as often as I used to, because I don't want to be dealing with stuff like that. So rewind. I used to bartend in Charlotte. I also bartended in Atlanta for a short period of time at Blue Ivory, but in Charlotte I bartended at this bar called 5400 Bar and Grill. And if y'all from Charlotte, y'all know this on Nevin Road. And I remember finding out that I was like 6 weeks pregnant when I was working there. And at first I was gonna quit the job, but then I was like, nah, I'm gonna stick it out. But y'all know bartending, like the customers be creepy too. So I remember this one dude trying to holler at me and I was like, I'm pregnant. And he was like, pregnant pee is the best. I'm sorry, what? But that's the type of stuff that you have to deal with. Like when you bartending and you waitressing and you in that environment, you got to deal with men harassing you. You got to possibly deal with men stalking you. And it's just, ooh, child, it's a lot. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because it took me on, I went down this whole rabbit hole this morning thinking about all the different jobs that I've done. I have a long list of careers. My career started when I was 8 years old. Started braiding when I was 8. Started working at Sonic when I was 16. Got my cosmetology license while I was in high school. I've done bartending and waitressing. I've worked in retail, been a cashier. What else I've done? I've been a correction officer. I have been a paralegal because my degree is in political science. I had intentions on going to law school, but then after a while I was like, you know what, that ain't for me. After that, I've been a security officer. I am a truck driver. On top of truck driving, I'm slowly transitioning into being a full-time actress because my whole intention is to eventually become a DP. And if you don't know, that's a director of photography. With that comes a lot. Like, so I'm learning how to do gripping and lighting, gripping and electric, which is holding that heavy equipment and toting it around or whatever. And that just made me think, like, I've always somehow done some type of masculine job. And it's not even job wise either. It even rolls into like just my normal life. Like I grew up doing tomboy stuff, playing football with the boys, doing backflips off trampolines, like running around with no shoes on, riding four-wheelers, all types of stuff. Like I've just always lived life on the edge and had like this edginess to me. I've never been like a girly girl. And that's why I wanted to sit down and do this video, because I I just want to be transparent with y'all. Y'all know a lot of females are not going to admit what I'm about to admit. So I'm being vulnerable with y'all. I can finally admit that me doing masculine activities such as like riding motorcycles, all of that stuff, and then working a masculine job, it subconsciously causes you to have masculine traits. And when I say that, I'm not saying like, oh, you playing for the other side or nothing like that. So I know for me, I'm going to say that working these jobs has caused me to be hardcore, definitely independent, and definitely feel like I don't need a man. An alpha woman, I'm definitely going to say that I am definitely an alpha woman. No ifs, ands, buts, or about it. Hey, I got to get to it. But I also feel like not only the jobs has caused me to develop that mentality, past relationships as well. When you are dealing with men that are quote unquote beta males and they don't mind playing the back seat, it's like, okay, well, you're not finna do it, so I'm gonna do it. Y'all know how it be. So I'm gonna give y'all an example, right? Let's just say I was in a relationship one time and I was transitioning from jobs and I had done blew through my savings and I needed some funds. As my man, I shouldn't have to ask you for anything. Like you should just know. But of course, men aren't mind readers as well. But I went to the person, told them that I needed something, and they was just like, crickets. Nothing like left me to fend for myself and figure it out. And I developed that mentality like, okay, I'm not finna depend on nobody for nothing. I gotta go get it, and that's just what it is. So that's definitely another thing that played into this whole masculine, independent, alpha woman type of mentality. And I'm not afraid to admit it. I do not want to be this way. I do not want to be Miss Independent, Miss Never Need a Man. I don't want to be that way. Like, I want to have a man to call on. Don't nobody want to just be out here getting it out the mud. I'm 40, next thing you know, I'm 40, 50 years old and mad at the world and hard up and just angry. No, I don't want to be like that. A part of this realization is me actually admitting and taking accountability that maybe I was the problem in some of my previous relationships because of this whole masculine mentality. Because a lot of men are not going to put up with it. Damn, I'm really admitting that maybe I caused some of those problems because it was just so hard for me to just sit back and just let the man lead. I felt like I had to lead because that's what I was accustomed to doing. In my mind, it was my way or the highway. But I'm realizing now that going forward, especially if I want to be happy, that I have to relax. Let the man lead until he proves that he's not capable of leading. A man wants you to be his peace. And I finally realized that I probably was disrupting that peace. Y'all, could y'all imagine, like, your man, we going out to eat and you like, oh, I got it. Or like when it's time to pump the gas, you getting out. Relax. Relax, V. Relax. I want to backtrack real quick because I skipped over this part. I will go as far as saying that working masculine jobs also causes you to develop like other masculine ways. Like, I remember when I first got into trucking, I used to go to work all dolled up, face beat, curls for the girls, dressed down. And then after a while, it was just like, even now, like, sometimes I catch myself going to work and I just look. Ugh, like when I finally thought about this thing the other day, I'm like, bruh, we can tend to let ourselves go. Like when you, even as a correction officer, I remember like being cute, going to work at first, and then after a while, it's just like, bruh, I'm finna look like one of the guys. Like, what the hell? I do not like that feeling. I just want to be feminine, bruh. And if it's a way to like balance out, then maybe I need to find that sweet spot because like I said, I like living life on the edge. I like doing things that typical women don't like doing because that's just who I am. But at the same time, I want to be able to still do those type of things and still be a woman, a feminine woman with a man. I don't want to get too far gone in this because we can sit here and talk about this all day long. Moving forward, now that I know these things or I realize these things, that I'm going to try to do better, so that I can be happy in a relationship and also feel feminine and play my role as the woman and not try to be the alpha male. A part of me working on myself is that definitely got to keep up with the girly things, like keeping my hair done, keeping my nails done, because I will go like so long without getting my nails or toes done, but that's dead. Because when you look good, you feel good, and I don't want to feel like one of the guys, the bottom of my feet feeling like a Brillo pad. Yeah, nah, that ain't finna work. And I'm also going to try to develop more relationships with females because I realize that I have a lot of male friends. But a part of that is because sometimes females can be catty and I don't got time to be dealing with that. But at the same time, because I have so many male friends, it adds on to me having a male mentality about doing things. So that's a problem. I'm not gonna cut off none of my male friends, but again, I have to find the balance. I also know moving forward that I can't be afraid to open my mouth, and it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So you can't really talk at a man, you gotta talk to a man, like, yeah, in your soft feminine voice, not like, yeah, nigga, blah blah blah. I'm looking back now like, damn, I should have slapped myself in the mouth a few times. Like, girl, shut up. So before I get too far gone, like far left, let me just ask y'all, what are y'all opinions? And give me y'all real genuine opinions in the comments. Do y'all feel like having masculine jobs or having male friends causes women to develop a masculine mentality and be hard in a relationship and kind of push the man away? What y'all think? Let me know if I'm tripping, or let me know if I'm being real and I've accepted accountability for, you know, past relationships or whatever. And as always, thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I will see y'all in the next video.